I'm assuming we'll start outside of Moria. You've heard the guy who plays Gandalf a few times? Do you know what in? I could look it up, I guess.
Barathros has defeated us.
Should we turn back?
There is no safety for the ring in Rivendell.
Where do we go?
There is another path. The mines of Moria.
It was Gandalf's idea.
Omen. But in Gondor, we will have strong allies. The enemy expects that, so the ring must not go near Gondor.
I shall follow you to Moria and look upon the great underground city of Khazad-dûm.
I will go, but I say to you all, beware the secrets of Moria.
I will not go, unless the vote of the whole company is against me. The ring-bearer's voice should be heard.
I do not wish to go, but I do not wish to forsake the Council of Gandalf either.
We must reach Moria, and soon.
Can't seem to find it.
True. Our troubles may get worse, and sooner than we'd like.
Alright, we're at the Holland Gate of Moria. Let me see if I can find out who plays Gandalf in this. We've already found out, interestingly, the guy who plays Aragorn is... Oh boy, hold on. There's enemies coming at me. Alright, I found the IMDb entry for it. Tom Kane is the voice of Gandalf in this. And, let's see, he does a lot of narration for Star Wars The Clone Wars, and he also played Yoda. He was Dr. Loomis in Halloween H20. He played Magneto in a video game, which is interesting. So did Ian McKellen. He played Magneto. He's the narrator of Star Wars The Bad Batch. A lot of Star Wars stuff. He was on that Archer show. Yeah, there's a lot of different things that he was in, it looks like. Okay. Well, let's... see, what time is it? We got a little more time. Let's, Alright, I'm playing as Gandalf, apparently. Alright. I gotta find out what all the buttons do now, because he's different. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. I can't even get up. I'm just getting stun locked here. I try to pick up these items, and I got some Mirovor. Let's see if anybody in the chat knows what Mirovor is. Here we go. Wait. Alright, I found out how to throw magic. I think the Mirovor is for magic in this. I thought it would be healing. Do I have anything for healing right now? Fiery Blast. Okay, so Fiery Blast is interesting because it's the G rune. Staff Strike, Lightning. Okay, so he's got a bunch of different attacks. He can heal himself, though. Yeah, but I'm talking about lore. In lore. Okay, so Alice is correct. It is a liqueur made by the elves. Alright, healed myself. Alright. Not spelled like that. Here, I'll show you. Spelled like that. Mirovor. A cordial of Imladris. A powerful restorative drink made by the elves of Rivendell. Not really made by the elves of Rivendell. Any elf can make it, but... Okay. Yeah. So what is my current... What are we doing right now? Oh. Find the gates of Moria somewhere near the lake. Okay. I'm assuming we're going to have to fight the Watcher in the Water as a boss. Oh, that's great. I don't know where he came from, but... He doesn't have the same finish off the enemies thing that Aragorn did. Yeah, we'll have to see how they interpret the Watcher in the water. It was left out of the last Lord of the Rings game we played. Oh, I guess that was too far away to... That's a troll. No! Oh, we got it. I don't know, they did a good job with Old Man Willow. We should see at least several stray tentacles, not just one, right? Here comes some goblins. Oh, wow, okay. Not trying to use up too much of his magic right now. Alright, he dropped Miravor. Why would they have Miravor? They should have the dark version of it that we saw in the Two Towers. Yeah. Well, hopefully it's not just a stray tentacle and we get to see at least several stray tentacles. He was tough. Oh man, Willow is the hardest part of this game so far. Alright, hold on. I want to try the lightning. Oop, okay. Oh, I gotta hold it down. Alright, I see. Okay. See, I would imagine down was the correct way, but maybe not. It looks like there's something there, though. Let's go check it out. Oh, actually, I think that might be where we started and we're just seeing it. Okay. Oh, he can finish off enemies. Okay. Couldn't do it before. Not a lot of games let you play as Gandalf. The Return of the King let you do it. That was a fun game. We'll get to all of them eventually, right? Okay. I think for one enemy that might be a bit excessive. I gotta find out who's shooting at me and take care of that. He doesn't have a kick like... Oh, God. Alright. I'm in trouble here, and I can't seem to move. I couldn't do anything there. Oh, no. Alright, let's go back to where I was, which was the very beginning of it, but... Yeah, Old Man Willow was tough. It took me a little while to get that. last month when we were playing this. All right. Well, just like it took me a little bit to get used to how to play Aragorn, it took me a little bit to get used to how to play Gandalf. I'm still sort of getting the... I don't know where everybody else went. But I suppose, let's see. What's this? Oh, that seems like it would be too costly. I think we'll stick to the lightning. I do have the Lego games. That's something that I absolutely would love to play on stream. Yeah, that kick that Aragorn had was actually kind of clutch. Oh. It was easier to fight the wolves as the hobbits than it is as Gandalf. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I'll stick to lightning now. I also have Lego The Hobbit, although that's kind of incomplete. They were supposed to release a DLC that would give you the Battle of Five Armies stuff, but I remembered that you were there this time. They never did. And so this guy came from this direction. I kind of want to go over there just to see if there's anything to pick up. Anything of interest out here? I guess not, huh? That was just a place for there to be a wolf lurking that could attack us. It's interesting that it is only Gandalf and not anybody else sort of around, you know? Now we have Glamdring, but somebody mentioned Glamdring earlier and I didn't understand why, but now we have Glamdring. Foe hammer. Oh, like they did with Star Wars? Maybe. That would be great. I want the Souls-like Silmarillion game that turns into a Masuo-type game when you play as Fingolfin. The Balrog, I'm interested to see whether or not it's going to have wings. If they're doing something that's truly book accurate, we should get a really scary wingless Balrog. Oh, alright, I was a little close there. Just do like that. Oh! I was trying to get away from him. I don't have... Alright, the lightning might not be the best choice for these guys. Might be better to use the fireball. Maybe the fireball's just better in general. And I'm deluding myself. I just like that the lightning can hit multiple enemies. "100%. I was a big fan of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And there's no doubt that Walter White was 100% a villain. Not a good dude in any way, shape, or form. Alright, we gotta take care of this guy over here. You can't hit me! Hey, Spielkopf, how's it going? Alright. Okay. I don't think I need to point out that there weren't orcs in this part of the book. The wolves are accurate. There should be wolves. 100% there should be wolves. But there shouldn't be goblins. Some Miravar? Okay. Let's go after this guy because he's the one with the bow. Ugh. They didn't drop anything. That's kind of worrying. Let's save it. Yeah, hopefully we get a true wingless, accurate Balrog. It's 3:43 a.m. there. Oh, you're in. Are you in England or somewhere else in Europe? It's close to 10 where I am. 10 p.m. Are they not dead? This guy's not dead. Oh! Alright, alright. There's more Miravor. Alright, now I feel a little bit about using one. Maybe heal? Alright. Go back to the lightning. Germany? Okay, I should have guessed from the name, but I wasn't sure. Your English is so good, you know? Nope. Take care of that. All right. Very good. Oh, we found what we're looking for, huh? This is where I got killed before, so I gotta be careful. So I tried to rush down that guy with the arrows, and it went really badly. They're dead. Okay. I'm gonna leave him for last. You've been living in the UK. Oh, okay. Oh, what game company do you work for, if you don't mind saying? I don't need your Miravor yet. I will soon. I'm guessing this is the lake. So this is very accurate to the way that it was described in the book, so we should be coming up on Moria. Is there a way to... Nope. I just wonder where everybody else is. Now, the Watcher and the Water really appeared after Boromir started chucking rocks in it. This is it. This is the gate, right? You could tell. Everybody else has magically appeared.
Here the elven land of Holland ended.
Jagex and Cambridge, RuneScape. Oh, okay.
Doors are not made to be seen when shut. Behold.
The doors are a little taller than they should be. Doors of Durin, Lord of Moria. Speak, friend, and enter.
What does it mean? Speak, friend, and enter.
Say, friend, and enter.
Speak the password to open the doors.
He's overthinking it.
Know the word, Gandalf? If I am allowed a bit of peace, I shall seek for the word.
The doors are quite a bit taller than they should be, but that's okay. Here comes the Watcher. This is about... Oh, I'm Aragorn now. Okay. This is different. Yeah, they did a good job with the Watcher. Walter, did you see the War of the Rohirrim? They had a Watcher in that too. Melon. Not completely book accurate, no, but they did a good job. They did a good job. I knew what you meant. It's okay. Wasn't boom accurate either.
Let us rest while we can. How long will it take to get through this place?
I cannot say for certain. 3 or 4 days' march, providing we don't get lost or run into trouble.
You will get lost and you will run into trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Orc trouble. Moria is vast and deep. With luck, we can avoid all the orcs.
Our luck seems to be running sour of late. Perhaps you would have preferred to remain behind with that thing in the lake?
Not me, Mr. Gimli. Not that thing or those wolves. I'll take my chances in here.
Find the... Okay, so we're back to being, Gandalf. Some more Miraphor. Hey, Gimli. Let's save it. This place looks great, actually. In all consideration. Hopefully we'll get to find out if there's going to be a book accurate... There shouldn't be orcs so far, you know, but it's a video game, so of course they're going to have enemies all throughout, you know. Are we going to get a book accurate Balrog? Another Miraphor, alright. Oh. Oh, it switched my spell. That's not great. Oh, hey Santa Cruz, how's it going? Jeez. He done? Gimli got the other one. Got some cram. Okay. I'm doing great. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. That would be the way to do a Lord of the Rings video game like this without having to have enemies. You could do this as an adventure game. But for an action game, yeah, you need to have something to fight, right? I really like the way Moria looks. I'm reminded of the Dwemer runes of Skyrim, really. I mean, they had Dwemer runes in Morrowind as well, but... Or Miraphor. Should I use it? No, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna eat this cram, though. I have to be exactly in front of the switch. I'm hearing orcs. Yeah, they did do Lord of the Rings point-and-click games back in the day. Alright. There were also text adventures as well. Ooh. Yeah, I'm really liking this interpretation of Moria. Oh, you're a community manager. Okay. Hold on, I don't have enough magic to cast here. That's the problem. Taught them a hard lesson, huh? Lembus. Okay. Oh. Seems like me and Gimli are doing all the work right now. Do you think Skyrim is a good game to play for? Absolutely, I love Skyrim. I really like the lore of the Elder Scrolls, and I love the gameplay in Skyrim as well. I'm kind of backing up now, but... Oh, okay. That's a door. I guess I have to find a switch for that door? I haven't seen any switches, but let me look around. Well, maybe down that curved path there was a switch that I didn't see. Wait, is there something here? There is. There's some dead bodies and Mirrorvor. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Skyrim was a great game. Still is. Still go back to it from time to time. All right, this is what I wanted to check. I'm guessing I just need to find a switch that'll open that door. Or another way to go. Well, actually, it looks like I can just continue this way. Okay, there we go. The last Lord of the Rings game that was actually taking part of the Lord of the Rings story, be it books or movie version. It's been a while, huh? Been a while. Probably, yeesh. No, those are just sub-creation, fully sub-creation. They're fan fiction. I'll play them on stream one day, but they're not anything to do with the Lord of the Rings, really. It was probably the Third Age. That was probably the last one. Or War in the North, maybe. Because that was based on some stuff that didn't make it into the movies. Yeah, me and Gimli are doing all the work here. I don't even know where anybody else is. I don't see Aragorn or any of the hobbits or Legolas or Boromir. The Gollum game looks pretty dire. I'd like to play it one day, just maybe get it real cheap on sale or something, just to, you know, for lore reasons, to review it for a Tolkien scholar perspective. But as a game, it's pretty bad. It's pretty dire. Aragorn's Quest. There you go, 2010. That would be the last. Which basically, wasn't that kind of just like the hunt for Gollum? This guy's annoying me. Well, let's get away from the term canon, and I'll tell you why. There is no canon. Right? Some of the books even contradict each other. Think of it like The Matter of Britain, or also known as the Arthurian legend. There isn't canon, there's just classics, things that we agree are good. They don't necessarily have to be in tune with the others. I didn't mean to do that. It was me, Barry. I told them to add emotes to... Oh, sorry, Gimli. To a single-player game. What were they thinking on that one? Who knows? Oh, this is opening. Gimli's actually helping out a lot. Oh no! You did a Drogo Baggins. At least you didn't wind up like Drogo Baggins did. For anyone who doesn't get the reference, Drogo and Primula went boating and drowned. Where are you going, dude? Or Mirrorvor. I like seeing the mining equipment and such, and I have fallen to my death? Oh no! I didn't know that could happen. Well, I guess I'll go back to the last time I saved it. which is the very beginning of Moria. I didn't know you could just fall to your death. Usually, like, it stops you from falling. Okay. Lessons have been learned. Oh. Yeah, it's just me and Gimli for this, huh? Everybody else is assumed to be there, just like the previous level, but they're not actually there. Oh, oh, not good. I don't actually have any healing items, so I'm gonna have to use magic to heal. Balrogs fall to their death every time, except for that one that drowned. That happened, right? So they don't, but no, they definitely don't have wings. There is absolutely nothing in the books that would say they had wings or even support the idea that they had wings. All right. There's even like people misquote things even when they're arguing against wings. They'll misquote things, like they'll say that in the Silmarillion it said that the Balrogs passed with wing speed, and that people are like, well, that doesn't mean they have wings, you know. But here's the thing, and hey, Adby, it doesn't actually say that. It doesn't say with wing speed. That is not something that's actually in the Silmarillion. There is the metaphorical expression, but it explains it. It tells you there was a shadow that spread like wings, which makes it a simile more than a metaphor. We're getting some texture warping here, but that's okay. And then it became a mixed metaphor. Ecthelion knew how to take him out, right? But yeah, they're always described as running, leaping, climbing, never flying or fluttering or hovering or gliding. Kept thinking that guy was going to get up again. Oh, I didn't realize I was on staff strike. Got some cram there. I need Miravor right now is what I need. There we go. Wait, hold on. I know there's an item down here. Alright, so I gotta watch those holes. Don't go anywhere near those holes if I see them again. Or as John Romero once said, I can't talk about those holes. If you get the reference, let me know. Well, except for Alice. I know Alice knows what I'm saying. Yeah, Alice knows about those holes. Yeah, I know you get it, exactly. Lambus. Alright, I'm gonna save it here. Gimli. Wingless Balrogs feel more intimidating. You'd be more scared if a Balrog leaped at you rather than flying at you. There's something to be said for that, yes. Absolutely. Fly, you fools! Yeah. Yeah. Of course, fly to run with great speed. So the reference that I was making was, do you guys know who John Romero is? Anybody in the YouTube chat know John Romero? Oh. This is Moria, yes. Ugh. Still only counts as one? I know you know Moog, I'm asking the YouTube. Yes, he was a developer of Doom. And he also has what's called an eidetic memory, or what some people refer to as a photographic memory. He's unable to forget things. So, he answers all these questions on Twitter about development of Doom, and he's very reliable because he literally remembers everything. And he was asked about the holes on the back of the Cacodemon sprite. And he just simply replied, "I can't talk about those holes." Which is a strange thing to say, but it just sounds funny. Alright. Hey, War Master Painting, how's it going? Hey, Lykios! Thank you for the subscription there for 41 months. There's some serious downsides to an eidetic memory, too. That's not how it's spelled, but that's absolutely correct. You can't forget anything that's, like, maybe traumatic or troublesome. You're just unable to forget anything. He's done? Okay. Thank you for the subscription. Was Moria the biggest dwarf kingdom in Middle-earth? It was definitely the biggest. It was absolutely the largest of the dwarf mansions. As a matter of fact, when some of the other dwarven kingdoms started to diminish, they all came to Moria, and it just got more expanded over time. So Moria just kept getting bigger until it fell. Moria was massive. Like, honestly, like, the only way to describe it is it's like, you know, like New York City, you know? Is that safe to go on, or am I going to fall there? Well, I'm going to save it before I attempt to step on this. Alright. Yes, like, yes, that's exactly why people refer to it as a photographic memory, because of how it's visual based. So Moria, or Khazad-dûm, as it used to be called, which just means a dwarfish mansion. It was the largest. It was not just a mine. It was a metropolis. It was a city. Oh, I'm a big fan of Doom. So that okay. I definitely can die here. So let's not go that way. Oh, hello. There's goblins here. I'm not actually sure what direction I need to go right now. Well, now I'm back out here. I would have thought... Oh, hold on. I would have thought that would have taken me somewhere else, and maybe it did, and it just looks the same. No. I need that cordial. Also eat a bit of cram. The biggest Elvish kingdom was called Gondolin. No, this is where I came from. You almost got smacked in the face, Gimli. Your first PC was a 486. Okay. How old am I? My first PC was something called a Laser 128. It was called because it had 128 whole kilobytes of RAM. This really does seem like I'm backtracking, but there's enemies. Which which makes me think I'm not retreading same ground. Just looks similar. Jerk. Nope. Okay. I don't really know if I'm going the right way or not. But because there's new enemies, I'm thinking that I am. An early 90s IBM machine. I'm just saying that I predate Doom by a lot. Ugh. Alright, this looks right. But let me save it. Alright. Can I go in this water? Is that safe? No, it's not water. Okay, cool. That's a hole. How do I get over there? Oh, I see. Gimli showed me the way. It was okay. So it was gentle ribbing, because you got to remember that those doors were made by a guy named Celebrimbor and a dwarf named Narvi. They were good friends, and that was just what the elves called it, the Dark Pit, because they don't like underground dwellings, and it was just sort of playful banter, really.
We shall camp here, but not for long. Orcs are on the prowl.
Yeah, the computer I had was a clone. It was like a better version of a Commodore 64, basically. All right, well, we definitely know we're going in the right direction because we got a cutscene. But yeah, I actually talked about this recently in one of my videos. I don't remember which one, but it was one of the most recent ones where I talked about why it was called Moria and that it really wasn't a bad thing, and that Gloin himself even says Moria, and that our fathers called it Khazad Dûm. Yeah, the elves just called it Moria. And here's the thing, I believe fully... Oh, there's a switch here. That the dwarves, in their own language, probably had snarky names for the elf dwellings. Like, they probably wouldn't say Doriath. They would call it something like a word that means like tree bordello or something, so it really was just friendly ribbing. Nope. Nope. Celebrimbor called it that. That's just what the elves call it. And you have to remember that particular door, that entrance, faced Eregion or Holland. That was basically the elvish entrance to Moria. So it was a door made for elf use. Let's see what's over here. Oh, some kind of cutscene.
I'm not certain, but I think something is following us.
Gollum.
Quietly, in the dark.
Gollum. No, you can even hear him. Well, we got a good look at Gollum there. Well, not a really good look, but we got a look at him. What do we have here? Mirror 4. Alright. That's a dead end. Well, yeah, a lot of times it was just like, back in the, it was like the family computer, Let's see. Let's try over here. This looks right because there's a switch. Hey guys, my name is Aloran. You can call me Gandalf the Grey. I'll be killing you today. Oh boy. Could there have been other nameless things like the Watcher in the Water? Well, the Watcher in the Water is not a nameless thing because it has a name. What Gandalf was referring to were closer to primordial spirits that gnaw at the roots of the earth. So they were likely the sort of things that mated with Ungoliant in the First Age. Ungoliant said that there were other spirits who came out of the earth and took the shape of spiders that mated with Ungoliant, and that's how we got Shelob and all of that. Yeah, but like I said, they knew that's what the elves called it, So, like I said, it is the Elvish entrance, and it was created in friendship. This looks right. Just see if there's anything to the sides here. I don't know if the game's getting easier or if I'm just getting more used to how it controls, but... Alright, this is a broken bridge. We're not getting across that. Gimli, you'll have to toss me. I mean, I don't suppose... there's no jumping unless you're playing as one of the hobbits, so if I just... Yeah, that's what I thought. So we're not going that way. Maybe this way? No. Okay. Not sure where to go, Gimli. Not that way. And I believe this is where I came from, isn't it? I don't think I've tried to go this way, though. Maybe... No, this shows signs that I've been here. There's dead orcs. Alright, let's go back and try to figure this out. Yeah, because that's the switch that opened this door. We'll figure this out. Wait, there's a switch here. Ah, okay. It wasn't a broken bridge, it was a bridge that hadn't been extended. I love that they're taking pot shots at me during a cutscene. I actually could move around during that, but I was being careful. Not really a cutscene, just a different vantage point. By the way, that's completely accurate that the orcs were shooting arrows at them while they were trying to go across bridges. That happened in the book. So they're, like I said, they're just doing a really great job of making this book accurate. As much as a video game can be. Oh, but this is not the same bridge then, is it? Or does it only extend for a little while? Or is there a different bridge? That's strange, isn't it? It's the only other broken bridge type situation that I've seen. Try it again. Maybe I have to hit it and then run. It's back there. Okay, I see. Alright. It was a different bridge. Because I could see the plank going across. Oh! I'm gonna save it here. Oh my god. No map, no. No map in this game. The level layouts are not, like, so bad, but I got a little lost in Bree because everything kind of looked the same, but... Oh, there's a troll. Wait. I use fire here. Oh, boy. Watch out. I'd like to be hitting the troll now. Gimli had him pretty occupied. Alright, let's save it. I mean, there's a map, but it's like a map of Middle-earth that just shows you what level you're on. It's not, there's no in-level maps. Alright, I got some items there. Let's see what's over here. Looks like nothing. Feels like nothing. Doesn't smell like nothing. There's a switch here. You heard that Tolkien based the Dwarvish language on ancient Hebrew. No, he really wanted it to sound kind of Turkish. He felt that the dwarves, and this was an accidental thing that he noticed after writing about them, seemed very sort of Semitic. And that's why, once he realized that, he took great pains to make them better people, because in the early writings, the dwarves were not so great people. So I think that might have extended the other bridge. Wow. Yeah, I still will bring up Doom and play some of them. The only Doom game that I haven't played is I haven't played the latest one, the Doom: The Dark Ages. So I don't believe that my my PC would run that. But I really liked the one before that, Doom Eternal. That was a lot of fun. So. But I still play the old ones. Oh no, I was just you know, I'm actually doing pretty well here. I'm just trying to get through Moria, you know? Okay, looks like we got another cutscene here. That wasn't too bad to figure out. Just a two-switch sort of thing. This is my first time playing it. Moria 3 passages. Okay. We're going to have to end here, though, guys. I just looked at the time, and this is a good spot to end. I mean, when I edit it together, each level is going to be its own video. So the whole Moria thing will be one video, but he wanted it to sound, yeah, he wanted it to sound like sort of vaguely Turkish. If we talk about the languages involved, Sindarin, if spoken well, should sound Welsh. Quenya, if spoken well, should sound Finnish. Whereas, you know, Khuzdul, the little bit of it we know is actually, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. It's not meant to sound Turkish. We don't really know much of Khuzdul, actually. So maybe he didn't have a thought in that. I'm sorry. It's the black speech that's supposed to sound Turkish. I just remembered. Hold on. I'll give you a little black speech here. Let me grab the Fellowship of the Ring here. Before we end it, I'll give you a little black speech. I was wrong. I just realized. Okay. Not sure what page it's on, but I'll find it. Ashnaz durbatuluk ashnaz grimbatul asnaz thratkatuluk akburzum ishi krimpatul. That's the longest bit of black speech that we have. Yeah, Khuzdul, which is the Dwarfish language, that's... I mean, you have these names like Ziraxagil, Khazad-dûm, you know, but even the names that the dwarfs have are not, the Dwarfish names are not Khuzdul. They have Khuzdul names, but they don't tell anybody their true names, you know? But yeah. All right, but thank you for everyone that came by. We're going to go over to... this screen here. Finnish is the most beautiful language. He might have said that. I'm unsure. It definitely sounds like something that he would say. He was a polyglot. He was a student of many, many languages. He spoke Finnish. He spoke Hebrew. He spoke Latin, English, Middle English, Old English. He spoke a little bit of Dutch. He spoke Spanish and Italian. He could speak some French. There's probably a few more. Oh, he could speak German. Can't forget that. He could definitely speak German. The dude was just really fascinated with languages. There really isn't a definitive list, you know. When will we get to the next part of the gameplay? Oh, let's talk about that. So, for those of you that are watching on Twitch, you guys know that I stream gameplay stuff every day. And I'll let you guys know what the next couple of days is. So tomorrow afternoon, Final Fantasy IV The After Years. Saturday night, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Sunday night, Mega Man X4. You guys know the schedule. It's on the Discord. And could we get Discord invites in both chats, by the way? For those of you that are watching me on YouTube and you're interested in Tolkien streams, I'll let you guys know what's going on. So next Thursday will not be a Tolkien stream. We'll not be streaming on YouTube next Thursday because we have a different podcast that we do on Twitch. But over the 4th, Thursday, September the 4th, I will be doing the Council of Tolkien with Matt and Sid. The 11th, we'll do a reading stream. We'll be doing The Two Towers. And then the 18th, we'll return with more of the Fellowship of the Ring gameplay. And then the 25th, there won't be a stream. Well, there will be, but not on YouTube. But yeah, there we go. Thank you, Alice. So for anybody that's not on the Discord, my schedule's over there. You could always catch up with me there as well. Pretty active on there. So yeah, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, it's a little bit of both, Eric. But yeah, I do a lot of live streams. It's a little bit of both. For those of you watching on YouTube, the stream is just going to end. And I thank you all for coming by. I thank you all for contributing to the channel. Consider joining as a member if you hadn't. It really helps me out. For those of you watching on Twitch, we're going to... I haven't started Mega Man X4 yet, like yes. We're going to be starting it this Sunday. We just finished X3. We're going to be raiding somebody. Who are we going to be raiding? I think... There's some good choices here. I got to give Cloudy Medusa the raid for 2 reasons. One is she's doing a long stream and she doesn't have viewers right now. And the other is she's playing one of my very favorite games. She's playing Hollow Knight. We're getting the sequel in 2 weeks. Let's raid her. So let's put in that command here. Yeah, so don't be mad at yourself, like yes, you haven't missed the beginning of Mega Man X4 yet. Alright, this is a very dumb raid message that I'm putting in there. Anyway, guys, for those of you on Twitch, there's the raid message. Yeah, I'm very hyped for Silk, so I'm a big Hollow Knight fan. She's fighting the, she's in the, what do you call it? That place that looks like Bioshock 2. I can't remember what it's called. Just beat the boss, though. Alright, we'll see you guys over there. We'll see you guys on Discord. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Final Fantasy, or in 2 weeks for Tolkien stream with me and Matt and Sid. Here we go. Anyway, guys, welcome into the stream, and we're going to be playing The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring today for PlayStation 2. Where I last left off, we were in the midst of, we were in Moria, and I was playing as Gandalf, so you know it's going to end badly there, right? Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Walter. Yeah, it all worked out, you know, and I just got a note from Sid just today that he was very grateful that I was able to, you know, assist him, not just with actually, you know, calling the campus police and everything. I hope his phone is working now. I got to ask him about that. But also, you know, just the emotional support, which is hugely important. But anyway, guys, let's, I'm going to switch scenes here. I'm going to stop the music, if I can get to that. Let's get rid of that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to here. And I'm going to turn the game audio back on, because I had that off. We're in the middle of Moria here. Now, Zeldaman, you were saying you wish to meet Matt, or said, where are you located? In what part of the country are you? Okay, I can't see the YouTube chat. Where's the YouTube chat? There's the YouTube chat. Okay, we'll put the game like over here. All right, this is going to work for me. This is going to work. So we're in Moria. I have Gimli with me. And I think just to decomplicate things, we know that the whole fellowship is with us. But when we're walking around and doing things, it's really just Gimli that is with Gandalf. I haven't seen Aragorn or the Hobbits or Legolas or Boromir, really. Now let me see if I can remember the controls here. When am I coming to visit Puerto Rico? I'm not planning on doing that anytime soon. And that's his sword button. Okay. You're in Virginia? Okay, none of us are really... I mean, you might be the That was Coyote. I was asking Zelda Man, but I mean, I'm in Pennsylvania, and Matt, he's actually out in oh boy, here we go, Washington State, and as I mentioned, Sid's in Florida. Whoa! All right. So if I can remember how to play this. I need to heal him. Just eat some lembas bread. You wait, hold on, Tommy. You're going to be a father for the first time. Your baby's due in March, and you want to be a strong baby boy name. You found out it was going to be a boy about a month ago. Any ideas? Well, here's the question. How open is your wife to the idea of naming him something from a Tolkien story? Alright, let me go in and... That didn't work. Probably because I pressed the wrong button. Okay, now I noticed something back here. Oh, I don't think that's actually anything. What is that? It looks like some kind of little dais with like little spools on it. That is the question. You should say, well, how do you feel about, you know, a name like Turin, you know? Oh, I love that. Look at this. Now that actually looks very similar to the sort of drawings that Tolkien would do. Gandalf can't jump or anything, and I can't move the camera up and down, but... That crest there, very similar to his sort of drawings. I saw this looks like something went very badly. The thing is, this skeleton doesn't look like a dwarf skeleton. It looks like a man, or it could be an orc. You would think that if they were to, you know, do this to somebody in Moria, that it would be a dwarf. But that's way too. I mean, come here, Gimli. I need your size comparison. He's not coming over here. He doesn't want to go near the skeleton. I don't blame him. Now, today on Quora, I don't know how many of you guys read the stuff that I post on Quora. It's all going to be in a video anyway, eventually. I wrote an article about... well, I answered a question about... specifically Elendil, and it was sort of a ridiculous question that I thought was so fun. A macabre fascination. Alright. Elros is a good one. Ah, I found some Mirovor. Elros is a good one. Elros is... Yeah, that's a good name. He could be the king of Numenor. Tar-Miniatur, right? Mormegil is spelled M-O-R-M-E-G-I-L. Mormegil. It means black sword. Well, anyway, yes, we're in Moria, Time Lord guy. So somebody had asked me a question that came through on Quora. It wasn't any of you guys. It was from Quora about who would win in a fight. And I know I really don't like that sort of question, but this was so silly and ridiculous that I had to take a stab at it because it was between Elendil and Goliath, like Goliath from the Bible. And I thought, well, that's really weird. And I think people assume that Goliath is so massive. When I looked into it, I found, you know, from the Dead Sea Scrolls and from the first Greek translation that Goliath would have been about 6'9", which would have been considered really just unreasonably tall for a man of that time period. However, not as tall as Elendil, who was probably closer to 7'11". So, well, any Tolkien name is going to be a lot to live up to, right? So I thought, well, we'll have some fun with it. And I said, well, Elendil's actually bigger, and he has better armor. And What would or what? Yeah, well, that's the sort of question that I would ask back. But I thought it was so silly that, and I just wanted to highlight how ridiculous of a question it is by saying they're not at all evenly matched. Goliath was probably at the most about 40 years old when he died, because he was considered for his time an experienced warrior, whereas Elendil was 382 around there, and had just been been in a war that was 12 years long, and what killed Elendil? A meaningful combat over a period of 7 days with a fallen angel. What killed Goliath? A rock to the head, or perhaps the rock to the head only knocked him unconscious. And then, thank you for the bits, Zelda Man, and I'm gonna get a free Steam game for that. But let me finish what I'm saying. Thank you for the tip, though, very much. Perhaps the rock only knocked Goliath unconscious, and then David, cut his head off. But regardless, the whole point, slings were not new technology. People knew about slings, and considering Goliath as a farmer and a herder, having a sling was perfectly natural, because in those times they would keep slings to hurl rocks at predatory animals that would threaten their flocks. So, the thing is, Elendil probably had a bow. But even if it came to a physical, close, what they would call a melee contest, Elendil was much, much bigger than Goliath, and had much more combat experience, and would have been wearing very, very good armor. Now, Zelda Man, you tipped 1,000 bits. I think a lot of people would like to meet Sid. Let me get you a free... You get a free Steam game for that. And by the way, the promo is not on screen right now, but it does run. If anybody on the Twitch side of things, if you tip bits at 1,000 or more, or if you subscribe at tier 2 or 3, or do a gift subscription for somebody else, you get a free Steam game. And if you're on the YouTube side of things, if you become a member of the channel, like Tommy and Walter are, you see those little Gandalf runes there, during a stream, I will do it. Moogle! Zelda Man has said that you are to get the free Steam game. Let me just get the list of games. Alright. So we have 42 games on the list right now that you could possibly get. Let me go ahead and spin the wheel. Okay. The wheel is in motion. Moogle, you're going to get a free game here. All right. Okay, Moogle, congratulations to you. You're getting a free copy of March of Shrooms. Not sure what that is. Maybe you can steal Farmer Maggot's mushrooms. Let's see what that's all about. Here it is. So, March of Shrooms, it's got really good reviews. It is a strategy RPG. It looks very cute. It is a $7 value. You're getting it for the price of free. Moogle, I'm going to send it to you on Discord. Actually, Moogle, could you do me a favor? Could you send me a message on Discord so that I can find you easily? Well, we're eventually going to do analytical readings of the Silmarillion here on YouTube as well, The dark side thing, yeah. Well, I think it was specifically between... I was heading this way. Dark side... Oh! Dark side and Sauron. Okay, so I was pointing out that this is the reason I brought the Elendil Goliath story up. So the picture that I used, and if you don't follow me on Quora, you will see it. You'll see it on YouTube at some point, because I will be recording it for a video. And the image I used of Elendil was this really beautiful picture that somebody drew of Elendil, and he incorporated a lot of Tolkien's actual artwork, especially crests and things like that, into it, and it was really beautiful. This reminds me of one of Tolkien's sort of crests. Moogle, did you send me a message? Oh, I could. Oh, I see you. I see you typing. Here, I'm going to send you your game right now. There you go. All right. There you go. Anyway, yeah. There we go. That's what I wanted to talk about because of the Elendil picture. And this reminding me of that. I mean, look at that, though. I suppose this is probably depicting... Let's see. This is probably depicting the seven fathers of the dwarves. I can't get a good angle here, though. Well, it appears there's actually only 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be depicting the seven fathers of the dwarves, and one of them is slightly off frame. It looks like on this side there's one that's... Yeah, there's 7. There's one that's only slightly in there. So this could be Durin and the 6 other fathers of the dwarves as well. So let's see. You take it by absorbing all the lore of the age, first, third, or second. It's pretty hard to understand together, so you broke it down into chunks. Well, you know, if you want to learn about the second age, there's a really great resource here, which is the book The Fall of Numenor, which is edited by Brian Sibley. And this is a really great book because it takes all of the stories of the Second Age, from the Silmarillion, from Unfinished Tales, from the history of Middle-earth, and from various other sources, and compiles them in chronological order, which is really great. Believe it or not, I actually really, really don't like mushrooms. Okay, no, okay, we've been through here. I'm getting all turned around because I've stopped to talk a lot. Oh, there's an orc. Oh, all right, we got it. But yeah, that's the one thing that I disagree with hobbits on, and I also disagree with Tolkien. He was very fond of mushrooms, but I find them to be disgusting, personally. I think that such a thing would grow in Mordor, you know? Mushrooms are the demonic spawn of Morgoth. There you go, Walter. I can't stand them. Oh, that guy was not quite dead. He's dead now. Thank you, Gimli. Yeah, this is all starting to look kind of the same. Let me save it real quick here. Wait, what? What did that say? The virtual console hasn't saved your memory card in a long time. Save state should not be used in... Oh, that's fine. It's telling me I haven't made a regular save in quite a while. Can I actually just... I can just save it like this. Okay. It's telling me, hey, by the way, you haven't saved, like, regular saved in a while. Oh, you read the Durin article. Okay, did you like that? I thought that was a really fun one to go through. What over here? Okay, there's a little bit of Munravor here. I really love the look of Moria in this game. Alright, I suppose I'd have to... Oh, how do I hit the switch? I forget. There's a button that's going to let me do this. Not that. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, you don't have to... Quora isn't so... You don't have to have the app or any... Oh, that's right. You're only on your phone. But you could still go there on a browser.
Stay away from that well, though.
Who knows what is...
Oh, this is where Pippin is going to throw a rock.
For a meal?
Oh, you're a small catch, Sam. It would probably throw you back.
Pippin, that's not a
Pippin would be
good idea.
much smaller than Sam.
Throw yourself in next time, and we'll be done with you.
Listen, what's that sound?
It sounds like a hammer. Someone down there is sending signals.
We'll need to move on.
But the Durin thing will be in the next video, Walter. So we didn't get to hear the boom, 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 boom yet, but... See, now these skeletons look like they could be dwarves. Whoa, Zelda Man, thank you for 59 bits. Thank you for the tip there. Thank you very much. You need to get more into Tolkien books than The Lord of the Rings itself and The Hobbit. Yeah, I would recommend, if you want another, if you've read The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, read The Silmarillion. I'm not going to take it down. I thought I would, but... Okay, so yeah. This is the well. Okay, now we're hearing the boom, 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 boom. Okay, I like that you could hear the goblins actually speaking their language there. Let's kill that guy. Yeah, well, Tolkien was very fond of eating mushrooms. It was one of his favorite foods. He said he liked simple foods and he was rather fond of mushrooms, and that, other than his height, he was a hobbit. Which I suppose tells you a lot about the hairiness of his feet. Thank you, Gimli. Alright. Okay, there were other ways to go from the well room that I'm thinking I might want to look back there. I'm going to eat some cram here. Okay. Also, I think I should... Yeah, Miravar, because I need to replenish his mana. Ooh, that guy's got a big hammer. Drums. Drums in the deep. The rest is blurred, not burned. Gandalf was having a hard time with the book because a lot of the writing was smudged and blurry. Alright. This is a lot more exciting than the Super Nintendo Lord of the Rings. The Moria part with that was pretty good, but it was not a great game. Oh, look at that. I will. I will. I told you to ask me today, but I forgot that you were going to ask me today. I promise I'll get to that. I've had such a problem with migraines lately. That biofilm? I think you'll have to be more specific. What do you mean, that biofilm? Okay. Alright. Oh no, I've been through here. Well, I don't know. Oh, and that's backwards. Okay. I don't know what you're referring to, biofilm. Oh, alright. Oh, are you talking about the movie that was called Tolkien, where I believe he was played by Nicholas Hoult? I actually have not seen that. My mother saw it. She thought it was pretty good. My friend Alice, who is also a really, fond of Tolkien, and oh, thank you, for another 33-bit Zelda, man. They walk elves and then more walking. It's like a Tom Cardy song. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Alice told me that it was just kind of okay. I'd like to see it one day, though, just to sort of get a reaction, But I haven't actually seen it.
The exit draws near. Soon the mines of Moria will be safely behind us.
I hope you're right, as do I. I grow weary of this place. It is so cold and dark.
Where are we exactly, Mr. Gandalf?
I believe we're in the upper hole.
No, I mean, it was supposed to be about him and Edith, right?
They've been well looted and of little interest to the orcs.
They prefer the lower levels, despite the shadow of fear that covers them.
I love Aragorn's voice in this.
Durin's bane.
Alright. Alright. Oh, Zelda man, thank you for another 3 bits. Just like a hobbit, you must have your supper, because at 5, you've had your dinner.
Enough talk of the past. It is the present that concerns me. Do we rest or move on?
I
I never imagined Boromir's shield as being a tower shield like that. I always imagined it as being a,
You'll have to handle the trolls
like a
to get us out of here.
round shield. Who am I playing as? No, I'm... Alright, let me pause this for a moment because I wanted to address, What? I forgot what I wanted. Oh! What he said about Durin's Bane. There's no reason that Gandalf or any of them should know about Durin's Bane. Not sure exactly where I'm supposed to go right now. Well, I did just write an article that about his military service, which I think I already put that in a video. But it's members only right now, but if you're not a member, you'll see it. This must be the chamber from the book where, yeah, there's the statue of Durin. This is where Gimli sang his song. Oh, I found some switches. Okay, so they're all fighting the trolls while I'm fiddling with lasers. Okay. So it looks like there's going to be some kind of, like... Do I move these? Yeah, that looks like that's what's going to happen. Because he told the rest of the Fellowship to deal with the trolls. Yeah. Are you talking about where, at the Somme? Or are you talking about, the hospital that he spent most of the war at? Well, that seems to be the end of that track. I don't know if that's quite what I needed to do, but... Now let's see if I was to... Yeah, I don't quite know... Hold on. What I'm doing here. This is obviously some kind of puzzle. In the Somme. Okay. Yeah, I don't know quite what I'm supposed to do with these beams of light. Well, if you remember in the book, what Gandalf said was...
Hurry, Gandalf. Get us out of here. I don't know how much longer we can survive.
I have met my match and I have been nearly destroyed. He didn't know what it was that he faced, and because he didn't actually see it right away. The first person to see oh, okay, hold on. The first person to physically see the Balrog was, Legolas. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with these. But Frodo's telling me to hurry. What if I was to attack the trolls? Is that something I can do? Oh, alright. Maybe I shouldn't bother with them. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing here. This has all been very straightforward until now. But I have to assume that you push these along the grooves in the floor. But yeah, I did just write a whole thing just a bit ago about, specifically about Tolkien's military service, and that was in, I believe, episode 127. Like I said, if you haven't seen it yet, it's available for members right now. Will be available for everyone else coming Wednesday. Wait a minute, I'm an idiot. I was overthinking it, just like Gandalf overthought the riddle. I don't know why these tracks exist, maybe just to confuse you. But it's very clear that all you have to do is push these onto the switches so that all four of them are going. Gandalf is wondering what the heck the camera's doing right now. It did that on its own. Well, considering that the Blue Wizards were such a mystery, you know, even Tolkien said, I do not know of much of them. And that's sort of like his way of saying other hearts, other minds, right? Oh, that was weird. Okay, he just stopped.
They're too strong. Hurry, or we're done for.
I'm trying, but every time you talk, he stops. It looks like there is some sort of time constraint here, and I've wasted a lot of time. This is the game's way of saying, well, if you know the story and Oh, thank you for the bit, Zeldaman. If you know the story, you know Gandalf's not going to be in it for very much longer. So enjoy playing as him while you can. I don't think I need to say that in The Lord of the Rings, the dwarves did not have a laser puzzle set up. It's not that, I mean, it's not that unreasonable to think that they would do something with reflecting light, especially considering that a place like Khazad-dûm would be, you know, pretty dark. How do I feel about Tolkien using the books as the only way to say what he experienced? I would say that's incorrect. It was the only way for him to give meaning to the languages that he wished to create. Alright, that worked. That was so easy and I made it much more difficult. Sorry you guys got all beat up, but it looks like you finally took care of the trolls. We killed trolls. Aragorn killed trolls in a previous level, and they weren't that tough. Yeah, he started with the languages. He didn't create the languages for the stories. He created the stories to give meaning to the languages, because languages, let me save it. Languages have to be, for them to make sense. The trolls didn't leave a nasty message, you're correct. For them to make sense, they have to be tied to a culture and a people. I like the wall art here. It's, you know, they didn't forget that Khazad-dûm was once this great place that people lived in. It wasn't always just this horrifying dungeon, you know. So seeing these artifacts is really cool. I don't know how I would see that you have food, but I'm glad that you have food, Zelda man. This must be Balin's tomb.
Time in Moria. I fear the tidings are grim indeed. They met with early fortune, driving out a host of goblins. Then they discovered Mithril, the riches of Moria. It goes on to tell of Balin's death, an attack by orcs. Slowly but surely, the dwarves were driven back and trapped. The last lines read, "We cannot get out. The end comes."
Drums. Drums in the deep. They are coming.
They made their last stand here. The effort to retake Moria was valiant, but foolish. We should be moving on.
Dane Ironfoot warned them not to go to Moria. He told them it was a bad idea. They should have listened to their king. That's a lot of goblins. The sound direction here is very good. So I made a very easy puzzle very difficult because I thought, well, those lines in the floor must be for something. And they probably were for something.
Frodo, I fear
For the dwarves.
I will slay the foul beasts with my axe should they attack. Let us pass through this hall and find the others on the other side.
I will do my best to offer my assistance.
Okay, so now I'm Frodo. Frodo and Gimli got separated from everybody else, I guess. I guess they just wanted to have a little bit of extra gameplay in here. Can I break these? Oh well, guess not.
The door there. It must lead into the hall. There must be a way to open it.
Frodo's not much for combat, but I'm gonna have to take out that archer. With Gimli with me, that... Oh, never mind. I need to get to that one that's at a higher elevation, but... He doesn't jump very far. I've got to get back to writing my own fan fiction. I think you guys would really like it, but I haven't done anything with it in a while. You struggle with the ending. That's interesting because in my experience, I don't struggle with the end, I struggle with the middle. I've written the beginning of it, and I know what the ending will be, but the part that I struggle with is the middle section. Okay. Okay, this looks like one of those switches. But do I have to have something staying on it? Or... Yes, I do. Alright. So we're going to have to find something to push onto this switch. You're not a fowl of a took. You're a fool of a took! Alright. Well, he can't move that, so that's not going to be it. There's got to be something that I can push around here. Yeah, well, part of it is I also just haven't had the time to really spend dedicated to it as much. What is it about? It's a romance about the meeting of Imrazor and Mithrilus in the early Third Age. And his reasonings for why he was, you know, looking for elves in the forest. There's got to be something to... I'm a little... He doesn't seem to have the ability to move objects the same way that Gandalf does, but I have an idea. What if I was to come back over here? Yeah. I was just wanting to see if there's maybe something up here that I could knock down. Like this seems like something important, but he doesn't do anything with it. It looks like, because I'm sure there was fan fiction when he was alive. The whole concept of fan fiction kind of started in the 60s. Star Trek, you know. There's got to be something that I could grab and put on there. It really does look like I would be able to push this off. But it's so big and... Oh, wait, no, wait! I found it! I just had to be behind it. Because Frodo's physically not going to be able to do that much, you know? Alright, we got it. Just to keep it in mind, guys, that I have never played this game before, so this is my first time going through this. Would anyone be brave enough to send it to him? I'm sure he got fanfiction all the time. He called it subcreation. Alright, now if I can get this to go onto the switch. Oh, Frodo's strong in this game, huh? Alright, that's opening up. Now it'll stay open. Now to actually get over there is a whole other matter. Well, he never commented on any specific stories that he may have read or had been sent, but he did say in one of his letters that it was his wish that the things that he did not finish would be finished by others. Yeah, I don't know how to get over to...
Frodo! This bridge needs to be crossed!
I guess we found it. But that bridge is not out. That's out. How the heck would I get across that? Can I move this? No? Alright. There's got to be a way to get across that bridge. I'm not going to try to toss Gimli, right? I don't suppose I could just jump it. Let me save before I make an attempt like that. Nope, I didn't even jump. Not quite. I didn't think so. I honestly didn't think so. Alright. I don't think he screamed. I think he spoke in a loud, clear voice. Christopher deified his father's work to... Oh, am I dead? I am dead. Okay. To a fault, I would say. He was the literary executor, and... Oh, hey, almighty Santa, how's it going? And he took that job very seriously. And he was fiercely protective of his father's work. And that was a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. So I wonder if I could... There's no way I can make that. He doesn't jump very far. Oh, well. Well, I don't know what I would do here. I wonder if any of the items I have would be useful here. This is all healing stuff. Yeah, I really don't have anything that would be useful. I mean, he's telling me the bridge needs to be crossed, which, yes. What? But I don't see how I would make that happen. I mean, we figured out how to open the door, but not how to, Yeah, well, the new Shadow, I think he realized it was kind of a non-starter. I think he might have felt pressured to write a sequel to The Lord of the Rings. And at the very least, he could have said, well, I tried and it really, it didn't work. So I decided to stop. How many of you guys have read the excerpt of the new Shadow? It's interesting. Yeah. All right, this is where I consult the internet to find out how to get across this bridge. Here we are. Let's see. Bree, Weathertop, Rivendell, Moria. Here we are. All right, hold on. Moria. Oh, I went too far ahead. Alright, here's the part with Gandalf. You'll be switched to Frodo. Okay, first thing you need to do is get the door open. We did that part. Oh, apparently there's a switch nearby. It's a fantasy series you like, and the guy's wife wrote a sequel after he died, and it's not great, apparently. Well, I would urge you to maybe find out for yourself. Don't let other people dictate what your experience is going to be. Yes, hobbits can't fly, Moogle. Oh, you remember a book of his Christmas letters? That was actually called The Father Christmas Letters. It wasn't. What it was that it was letters to Santa Claus. Is this the switch? Look at that. Or I should say, it was letters from Santa Claus to his family that would explain why the boys didn't get whatever present they wanted, you know, and it was, you know, and he put a few cute things in there about the elves being the same elves from the Lord of the Rings. All right, I couldn't see that switch too well, but that's all it needed to do. Let me save it. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. I think I read a part of the Father Christmas Letters for whatever episode I had done on my YouTube. That was right around last Christmas. I don't know why that guy just jumped and then blocked like that, but okay. Alright, Frodo needs to be healed. Let's eat some mushrooms. Yeah, exactly. Tolkien wrote him letters as Santa to his kids, or Father Christmas, because they were British. What is the book stories that you keep? Oh, I think I saw you said it there. All right. I don't really quite know why Frodo and Gimli got so separated from everybody else. Although I like the thought of Frodo and Gimli spending some time together, because Gimli did make a good attempt at bonding with Frodo after Moria, right after they got out. Gimli was very eager to share a part of his culture with Frodo.
Another bridge to be crossed. The switch. I see it on the other side. You must get to the switch, Master Frodo.
So the switch is on the other side. So I guess I have to climb up this ladder, probably, right? I don't imagine hobbits being very adept at climbing ladders. Which of Tolkien's short stories do I like the most? Probably Farmer Giles of Ham. That's a really fun story. Whoa, careful. Alright, there's orcs in that direction, but that's probably where I'm going, right? Nope. These orcs fight like that one guy I played in Street Fighter Online that he kept mashing buttons. I was so excited. I was like, "Oh, look, I've run into somebody else who also plays as E Honda." And all the guy did was press the same button over and over again. That's what these orcs are doing, basically. Frodo doesn't have the ability to finish off enemies when they're down like Aragorn does, and Gandalf does it as well. Save it. Lucky for me, this guy can't aim. Something over here. Some cram. Okay. Alright, this looks like it's on the other side and I can just climb down this ladder. Well, of course the thoughts of the author can be found. There's actually, in any work, just, you know. There's a video recording of Christopher Tolkien talking specifically about about this and the differences of allegory and application. And he says, of course, you can find the thoughts of the author in the book, just like you could find the thoughts of the author in any book. But the point of the story wasn't to share his experiences. It's just that when writing a war story, he happened to know a little bit about war. You also have to remember, though, that though Tolkien, saw some terrible things, most of his experience of World War I was sickness rather than combat. Oh wait, the switch is right there. Hold on, let me. If I hit the switch, Gimli can help me. This is not good. There we go. Eat some cram. Smith of Wooden Major, that's a good one. Rover Randorum is another fun little story that he wrote. Wait, maybe I should just try to use the One Ring. I forget what button that is. Maybe just do it like that and... Oh, there, okay. That way I could at least hide a bit while Gimli fights the orcs. Alright, we're gonna run out of ring juice here, but... Oh, why? Oh, wait, he just dies? Oh, that's right, you start losing health. Alright, hold on, let me go back there. Alright, now that I know what I know... Get down there and it... Oh, I'm gonna die. Immediately hit the switch. Yeah, Rover Andrum was another really good one. If you want something in the Legendarium as well, there was a great story about... what was it called? It was about Numenor. I can't remember. Rover Random, not Rover. I keep calling it Rover Random. Rover Random would make a fantastic cartoon. All right, now we can do this, so Gimli can join me right away, and we'll go across to bottleneck them. I like the hamburger emote. Hey, Medio, how's it going? Alright, we got him. Definitely want to heal after that. Eat my last few mushrooms. Alright, now I can get across here and continue. Let me save it. Rover Random is a good example of Tolkien's reverence of dogs and distrust of cats as well. Because Tinker doesn't think anything that Random says is... Rover says is true. No, I think it's Balrog time, you guys. Very, very accurate that Legolas is the first thing. Oh, it has wings. That's a shame.
To arms, Gondor! Go across the bridge of Khazad-dûm. This is a foe beyond any of you.
Hamburger's always a good time. What are you guys, when you have a burger, what are your toppings that you... You cannot pass! Oh, he's not going to do the rest of it? Oh, I actually have to fight this guy? Oh, okay, well I'm just getting knocked around. Eat the Lembas, okay. That... Alright, well... Don't use fire then. Hold on, how do I... Fire, staff strike... Lightning! Juan and Tavilda are good examples as well, yes. Oh, kind of... Oh, alright. This is... I just... The problem is that I can't avoid his... Ah, strikes all that well. Take what? Oh, I am winning. What does Aragorn want to give to me? Hold on, there's something over here. Mirrorvore. Actually, I should drink the Mirrorvore now. I'm definitely more of a dog person myself, but I don't believe that cats are the fauna of Mordor like he does. No, I don't have anything else to heal myself with, so... Take what? He's saying Gandalf take... Oh! That's unfortunate. Hey, Matt Damon, how's it going? Alright, let's try that again. Oh, I'm back to Frodo, though. That's my mistake. No big deal. Well, that would... You see, now here's the thing, is that the mushrooms are neither fauna nor flora. They're just decay. That's what they are. Alright. He didn't do the full speech. He only did the first part of it. Alright, I'm going to save it here. We'll see if I could figure out what the heck I'm supposed to... Whoa. Because I just get, like, knocked around here. Now, we know that Fiery Blast is no good. I was trying to do Lightning, but it seemed to be coming out more as a... There we go. Oh, strike it with Glamdring while it's stunned. Okay. Oh, I just got murdered. But I know what to do now. Okay. So you do the lightning strike and then follow it with the sword. I'm trying to stun lock him, but it didn't work. Oh, there's on the other chat. There's a fellow in there whose name happens to be Matt Damon. Bunch of fun guys, huh? Yeah. That's Staff Strike. This is the one we want. All right. Oh. All right. At least I know what I'm doing now. Now back up. Yeah, I hate the wings as well, but... What? Take what? I have plenty of Mirrorvore if that's what you're talking about. Don't distract me, Aragorn. I'm figuring this out. What I don't have is a lot of healing items, though, unfortunately. That's my last one. A lot of people depict the Balrog with wings. It's incorrect. Wings were only ever used as a metaphor. Or more accurately, a simile and then a mixed metaphor after that. I think we won. It shouldn't have horns either. Very satanic looking, though. I appreciate the design, even if it shouldn't have wings.
Fly, you fools! Gandalf, no!
Durin's Bane was the one I just beat right now. As far as we know, the Balrogs are not... They don't have gender. They're not he's or she's. They're it's. Oh, that's the end of that part.
Of Moria, and soon we reached the Golden Wood, Lothlorien.
The closest to a a Lady Balrog would be there was a spirit of fire who did not become a Balrog. Oh, the webcam is off. Hold on, let me fix that. And then I'll explain this. I don't know when that happened. If you guys ever see my webcam freeze, please let me know. I'm going to fix it right now. Okay. Now I have to reconfigure it, which won't take long. And I just happened to notice that the light on it was off. Okay, so anyway, oh, you meant the last Balrog, not Lady Balrog. Well, anyway, let me finish what I was saying regardless, is that the closest thing to a Lady Balrog was there was a spirit of flame called Aryan, and she did not become a Balrog, so, and she is the spirit, the angelic spirit that moves the sun through the sky in Tolkien's world. In the Book of Lost Tales, which I have back here, it was said that Morgoth, well, back when he was called Melkor, or Melko, as he was called in the Book of Lost Tales, tried to mate her, and she refused, and when he tried to force her to be his wife, she burned him with her holy fire, which is why he has this ashen sort of gray complexion. As for whether or not it's the last Balrog, we don't know, because we don't know how many there were exactly. Tolkien stated in a marginal note that there were never more than 7 Balrogs ever. There may have only been 3. It was a number between 3 and 7. So there could have been 3 Balrogs, 4 Balrogs, 5 Balrogs, 6 Balrogs, or 7 Balrogs. We know of Gothmog, of course, was killed in the fall of Gondolin. And then shortly after that, there was another Balrog that was killed by Glorfindel. So that's 2. So if there were only ever 3 Balrogs, then Durin's Bane would certainly be the last. However, we don't know how many of them may have been slain in the War of Wrath, for example. So we really don't know. But let me just take a drink of water here. All right. Let's continue on to Lothlorien.